Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League Spike Magazine Trophy Week number 5. And we've got a classic matchup this evening tonight. It's going to be not them. Oh man, one day I'll get through a stream without making a mistake. Let's fix this. Hey, it's gonna be them! It's the White Skull Windbreakers versus Rodentia, Doug the Minotaur versus Spire, Orcs versus Skaven, Bash versus Edge. Let's take a look at the standings. In Division A, in first place, Dead Fred's Real American Heroes, a Dark Elf team. 3-1-0 is their record. They are followed closely behind by Cenozoic Park, Nick Satan's Lizardman team. 3-1-0 is their record. Their only loss? To the Real American Heroes. The Dead Poets, S Beavers, Undead Team 2-3-0 is their record. They are currently sitting in third place. And over in Division B, that's where we are tonight. Eric's Alphitis Australis, a Wood Elf team. 3-1-0 is their record. Doug the Minotaur's White Skull Windbreakers. They are looking for a win or a draw tonight to pop back into first place. They're in second. And then Venger's Mr. Yuck, a Nurgle team. 2-1-1 is their record. They are in third place. The home team for this evening is going to be the White Skull Windbreakers, coming in a TV of 1,470,000 gold. We'll have a... I keep hitting the mic when I clear my throat. I shouldn't do that. Coming in 12 players on the roster as the big guy. 4 blockers, 4 blitzers, a thrower, 2 linemen, 1 apothecary, 6 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls, an orc team. They're going to be up against this Agile team, the Skaven team tonight. Rodentia, coached by Spire. They have 12 players on the roster, but 1 will be out with an injury this week, meaning 11 will start. A TV of 1,180,000 gold is the team value. 1 apothecary, 4 dedicated fans, 3 rerolls. How do the 2 play tonight? It's Bash versus Edge, right? You've got this bashy team in the White Skull Windbreakers, an orc team, and boy, do they have a lot of skills. They have these 4 blockers that have a strength of 4, 1 has block. They have the 4 blitzers. Look at these guys. They all come with block because they're a blitzer. 4 have guard, 3 have mighty blow, 3 have tackle. These are going to be the pieces that Spire's going to have to pay the closest attention to tonight, because these are going to be the pieces that are removing rats from the pitch. He does have a thrower who's leveled up with the block skill as well. Also has on the ball. That's going to give him that extra movement on kickoff. It also works for passes, which might be a factor tonight against this Skaven team. It gives him 3 extra spaces of movement. He gets to interrupt a pass or interrupt the kick to move 3 spaces. It's a pretty solid skill just to get that extra movement out of it. Has another player with block on barking backside. The Troll is still a rookie, but strength 5 with mighty blow is nothing to sneeze at. So much strength, so much block, so much guard, so much mighty blow. This team is going to pulverize the rats tonight. No question about it. So what can Spire do to stop this? Spire's team, being a Skaven team, has a ton of speed, a ton of agility, and the gutter runners are going to be the focus for this team. Now, he's starting with 3. You can field 4. He's starting with 3. 1 is out tonight, and unfortunately, it's the important one. It's the one who's the blodger. Flying Squirrel will not be playing tonight. Has an injured gutter runner as well. Naked Mole Rat. AV down to a 7+ instead of an 8+. 8+ is already pretty fragile. 7+ is halfling territory. So Spire is in real danger of being down to 1 or maybe even 0 gutter runners before the night is through. And that's going to be a problem for him. He needs to protect those gutter runners, and he's got to do that with these other pieces. He has 2 blitzers. 1 has a ton of SPP. Vol, the number 2 blitzer, has mighty blow, tackle, and guard. Picked up guard on the Rat Ogre Chinchilla. Remember, those Rat Ogres have frenzy and mighty blow. He has a thrower himself and has a bunch of decent skills on the lineman as well. 2 wrestle linemen. That is not a bad pickup whatsoever on a fragile piece. And then has Fend on the 3rd lineman. Fend's going to mean if somebody blocks that player, he can say, "You can't follow me. Keep your space, sir." I'm not feeling too well. Russell's also a good pickup as well. Russell says on both down result, you can choose to go ahead and take the both down result, but it's not going to be an armor break, and both players are going to go down, and it's not going to be a turnover. This keeps these players alive. Not a bad skill there as well. But for Rodentia, they can't take the blocks. They cannot give up the blocks to this Orc team. They do not want to end up based, and that means that they have to play solid, fundamental Blood Bowl tonight. That means they can't be basing a whole bunch of Orcs. To get away from these Orcs, they've got to have the correct action order, right? They got to be looking for those 2-die blocks with the block skill. They got to be looking for the 2-die standard blocks. And only then do they want to start thinking about dodging away. He has 3 rerolls. He's going to burn through them every half, because you can bet Doug the Minotaur is going to be making him roll those dice. As an Orc team with all those skills, big bashy team against a frail team, he's going to be trying to base as many people as possible. He's going to be trying to murder these pieces and get that strong player advantage. He's going to be hunting those gutter runners when at all possible. If he can get the knockdown on a gutter runner, he will no doubt take a foul on a gutter runner. And that's how Doug's going to win tonight. On defense and on offense, he wants to bash, bash, bash. And on offense, that is going to be how he's going to open up that hole, move that ball down pitch, just by having no players to go up against. Rodentia, he has to have the momentum in this game if he wants to come out on top. And that means positioning those players to keep your ball carrier, to keep your gutter runners safe. That means knowing when to base and when not to base. Again, knowing the action order to minimize the odds that you're going to fail a die roll. If he can navigate those waters, solid tactics, have a plan to keep the gutter safe, and come out on top, he wins. If he wins the coin toss, he absolutely wants to be on defense first, just to ensure he's going to have all 11 players, because I guarantee you at the beginning of the second half, he's not going to have all 11 players. Now, these gutter runners are MA9. They're very, very fast. We've seen Doug keep a solid secondary in the backfield. He'll keep a player or two, not in the backfield, well, I guess you'd call it the backfield. Downfield? He'll keep a player or two in the safety position just in case one of these fast pieces get away. But all Rodentia has to do is keep the gutter runner safe at the 4-yard line or closer to the end zone. Keep him safe for a turn, he can score. Very easy to score with a Skaven team. Very hard to stay alive with a Skaven team. So if he's on defense on the first half, that'll be great for him. Otherwise, when he's on offense, he needs to stall this out, but do so in a way where he doesn't find all of his players marked. And that means he'll probably retreat on offense for the first few turns, engage in his half of the pitch, then go for the touchdown, try to win 2-1. All right, without further ado, I'm going to head over to Discord and see if the coaches are ready to go. I see both of them responding, so it looks like they're ready to go. So let's get this game underway, shall we? All right, the inducement phase 2. Oh, we didn't even talk about the inducements. 210K in petty cash. Sorry, 290. I thought it was going to be 210 minus 5, so 205, but I am wrong. With 290, he has access to star players. I apologize, we didn't even talk about this. Hackflem's not a bad pickup for 290. Varag is really not a bad pickup for 290. Varag gives him the strength of 5, gives him block and mighty blow. It gives him that extra strength that he's going to need in this matchup tonight. Well, he's picking up a cake, so he's down to 240. He can still pick up Gobbler Grimlich. That's a strength 4 player with a whole bunch of wacky mutations. Ripper's not bad for 250, but he doesn't have it. All right, it's going to be a cheerleader, a coach, a keg, a couple of kegs, and a wizard. So he's electing to pick up the wizard rather than the star player. I thought he was going to be at 205 for this, but he ended up at 290. Rodentia won the coin toss. I think they absolutely want to be on defense. Thanks, Alexa. Absolutely want to be on defense. Speaking of Alexa, man, I had like a little holiday, not a holiday. I had a holiday today where I still had to work and I didn't go anywhere. But I got a bunch of toys in the mail today. So I got a couple of Kindles. I got a Fire Max 11 and a Kindle Scribe in the mail today. There's a fun. I got a thing called a leverless controller. So like think of an arcade stick, but you replace the stick with 4 buttons. I got that today. I got something else too. I don't remember, but I got a lot of stuff in the mail today, so it felt like a birthday that I paid for. Oh, I got this toy in the mail a couple days ago too, like an actual toy, like an action figure type toy, where it's EVA Unit 1, Ultraman, Masked Rider, and maybe you want and Godzilla, and they can combine together to a giant robot. 3 on the line for Rodentia. They shifted this to the right, screening out these orcs. Seems to be afraid of an orc getting by, but he does have the speed advantage. I might have protected the gutters a little more, maybe put him in a safety position. But we'll see how this plays out. 5 on the line for the White Skull Windbreakers. Now 6. Now 8. 3 on the left side of the pitch, 5 on the right. Now 9. 9 players on the line for the Windbreakers. Pulls one off, brings it down to 8. 2 split to the left. That offensive line is over to the right. Here's the kick. Offensive line is strong to the right. Has the tight end in Bull Snort, the number 6 blocker. High kick here. Windbreakers are going to try to catch the ball with the thrower. Oh, not a high kick. I'm sorry. This is the on the ball. Yeah, this is on the ball. So got the thrower under the ball, and now it's going to be a quick snap. Roll a 1 on the D3. So White Skull Windbreakers are going to move up to 4 players, 1 space. And caught the ball with the thrower at that. 4+ catch works out. Turn 1 now for the Windbreakers. Windbreakers still undefeated in this competition with a record of 3-1-0. A win or a draw will move them back up into first place in the hotly contested Division B. 2-die blitz in the left wide zone to get this game underway will be a push against the number 7 gutter runner. Yeah, absolutely going after these gutters that were put on the ends of the screen. Got nothing out of it, so he'll pull his player back into formation. Gonna get a knockdown on Hamster. Hamster with the fend skill, so cannot follow up on the block. It's a good way to keep your players safe, right? We talked about how to not give up the blocks. You want to get away. You don't want to base your opponent. Well, fend's a great way to do that. Double skulls here in turn 1. The Windbreakers down to 2 rerolls for the half. Taking a block with the right guard. Gets a stun out of it. Ball has advanced to the Windbreakers 10-yard line and now pulling back the right tackle and the right tight end there to set up a loose cage around the ball. Has to set up this loose cage due to the threat of the Wizard. Doesn't want to give up 5 players to a fireball. Breaks arm on the line, gets another stun. 2 stuns now for the Windbreakers. Rodentia with their first turn in this game. Hamster, the fend lineman's going to stand up and move back to center pitch. Oh no, failed the animal savagery roll with the Rat Ogre. It's going to knock down Nutria, the new player, the rookie lineman. But will continue to take his action, gets a knockdown on Air Biscuit. Rat Ogre has animal savagery for the nega trait. That means has to roll a d6 before taking their action. If there's an adjacent teammate, it succeeds on a 2+. I'm sorry. It's if they fail the animal savagery roll with an adjacent teammate, they have to beat up the adjacent teammate. But then they continue to take their action. Otherwise, they will lose their action, which is sort of a unique, or not unique, but is an interesting nega trait because it means that the Rat Ogre can always action so long as you have a friendly player next to you. But it is a mean player. When you beat up on your own fragile pieces, you can start to lose pieces pretty quickly. All right, giving up a block. Well, not really. Giving up no blocks to this Orc team on turn 2. Air Biscuit will stand up and mark, however. Chaos G1, welcome to the stream. Signer's Loop, welcome to the stream. Beat up or kill them. Sweet Bunny, welcome to the stream. Sweet Bunny says, Gutter Blitz? Maybe? Maybe. These Gutter Runners have an MA of 9. We'll see. Under a minute to play in the turn. Windbreakers trying to figure out where they want to go. Looks like they're going to continue to move forward. 2 marks taken on Beaver, the thrower. Takes a mark on Muskrat, the number 1 blitzer that is currently on the left side of the ball carrier. The ball advances to the Windbreakers' own 4-yard line. Duck call is going to pull in tight. And now the stand-up blitz on the Gutter Runner. There it is. Big piece with MA9, Edge 2, and they come with dodge. That's all at level 1. Got the removal here. And that's what he's looking to do, hunting those Gutter Runners. That's 1 down. 2 to go. Rodentia has a 4th Gutter Runner that's not playing tonight due to an injury. That is a Blodger Gutter Runner. It's a good combo to pick up the block skill and have block and dodge. That means only the PAL's going to knock you down. You combine that with something like sidestep, and it can be a real nightmare to deal with the piece. MA9, so strong. With MA9, that is scoring position. Right? So you're on offense. You move 2 spaces. Now you can score. It's really insane. 2-die blitz with the Rat Ogre is going to get the power on barking backside. Has to follow up due to the frenzy skill. Gets a KO. 1 for 1. 10v10 on the pitch now. Big loss again. Losing Pocket Gopher because he's that Gutter Runner's out for the entire game. That's an injury, and he'll be down to 2 for the rest of the game. We talked about how in the pregame how he's in real danger of going down to 1, maybe 0 Gutter Runners for the game. If that happens, he's going to be in real trouble. Those Gutter Runners are almost guaranteeing that Rodentia can score on offense. They're just so fast. Just look at that. Look at that. So he sends 1 Gutter Runner, Sugar Glider, down past the... sends 2 down past. Ool tries to rush with 1 in the right wide zone. This is scary. Does he re-roll this? He did. Spent the re-roll. Ooh. So he sort of retreats toward Doug, the Minotaur side of the pitch here. Has 2 Gutter Runners down pitch. I suppose he wants both in scoring position. Turn 3 back to the Windbreakers. Gets a push on the thrower. Skaven thrower is going to remain on his feet here. I think I'm going to the grocery store tomorrow and I'm going to buy apples. I want apples. 2-die blitz, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Once again, and not to belabor the point here, but if you're given a Gutter Runner, go after it. This is the injured one we talked about. So he has the tackle skill that's negating dodge. 7+ is going to break armor. And he's done it. Got a KO. Good removal. Took out another Gutter Runner. Just 1 left on the pitch. These Gutters running past the offensive line means not only were they opened up to the blitz, they're also not really participating in the defense. Ball's going to advance forward to the opposing 4-yard line now in the loose cage. Vol, the number 2 blitzer, very near that ball. But there is Pants Vomit, who's almost certainly going to try to take a block on that blitzer. Yeah, it takes a mark on Sugar Glider. It's a 2+ to get away with Sugar Glider, but still, he wants to try to rein that Gutter Runner in and remove it from this game. Windbreakers back on the bonus clock with 7 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. 2 players back near Sugar Glider. He says if you're going to go anywhere, you're going to run away. Fireball spent. Wow. Fireball spent at the beginning of turn 3 and got all 3 of his targets with the fireball. That is a wizard. That is Harry Potter. Harry Potter is a wizard, right? I don't know anything about Harry Potter. Not only got all 3 targets, but the ball is going to bounce into the hands of the thrower, no less. Turn 4 for Rodentia could potentially be a big turn here. If he wants to get crazy with it, he could try to score, but I don't think he needs to. Yeah. I know Harry Potter plays a broom sport. I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna call it Wimbley. Harry Potter plays Wimbley, and it's a sport where you fly on your broom and have to. It's handball. It's handball on brooms. Team handball on brooms. Dude, I blitz with the Rat Ogre Chinchilla. This is not going to work out. Probably not going to re-roll this and take the both down result. Indeed. Turn 4 now for the Windbreakers. The ball has crossed the line of scrimmage, is in the hands of Rodentia on the opposing 4-yard line now. Exodite Troglodyte, welcome to the stream. He says, Harry Potter's considerably better than your average wizard. That's fair. I should have known that. I should have known that. Pants Vomit. It's going to move one space forward. Going to mark Gerbil and Vol. Now this thrower is only MA of 7, so you can see he's 2 spaces away from scoring. But Sugar Glider can certainly do it. Oh, sorry. I mean, I've never seen Harry Potter toss a fireball on a Blood Bowl pitch myself. Blitzing the gutter runner. This will work out due to the tackle skill. Can he get the 8+? 7+ with Mighty Blow. Got it. Got a stun. So that is a stun gutter runner and the scoring threat removed. So you can take a look at the tackle zones that are being exerted here, right? Right, you've got something akin to this descending on this very, very fragile offensive cage with no opportunity to score. It means that Rodentia is going to have to spend another turn figuring out not only how to get closer to the end zone, but how to keep the ball safe. Final turn of the first quarter coming up. Rodentia was on defense. They're in possession of the ball after a very successful fireball. Stands up Chinchilla. One minute 3 left on the clock for Rodentia. They're down to 2 rerolls, trying to figure out where they can go. They might try to scoot this ball off to Nutria, but then where does Nutria go? .30 seconds left on the clock. Spire taking his time, trying to figure out what the best play is here. Declares a pass, so he's going to pass in place. Doesn't want to take any dodges. Is it going to Nutria? It is. There's a successful catch, so he gets the ball out to safety for now, but Nutria is far from safe. Oh, fails the rush, does 2 rushes with Nutria. He'll spend a reroll here. Yeah, down to 1 reroll. Nutria in scoring position, but no skills. And a couple of orcs licking their lips. Spends the final reroll. Ooh, on the failed dodge with Gerbil. Spends the final reroll on the 3+ dodge to take a mark on one of those orcs. That's the big blitzer. Tackle, mighty blow and guard. Finally fails another dodge. Gets stunned as well, and that is the turn. Turn 5 now for the Windbreakers. Doug the chances are it'll go somewhere better for me than where it already is, but the ball's going to remain in place. Two-die block. My Kindles were so... I replaced Paperwhite with Kindle Scribe. I love the Kindle Scribe. It is... I was looking for like some sort of like digitally notepad thing, and a lot of people use this thing called a Remarkable, but it's really expensive. And all it does is take notes. It's like an e-ink tablet. I ended up getting the Scribe, and it's that plus all your Kindle books, right? It's awesome. I really, really enjoy it. And then I replaced a Fire HD 8 with a Fire Max 11. I use that for like comics and stuff. Two-die block. Just taking the blocks he was given. As you do. Here comes the second player to move toward this ball. Still has Silent but Deadly, the number 13 thrower, to activate. I don't know how I feel about the leverless controller either. Kelsey one asks, how are you feeling about humans this competition? I think they're great. I've been having a blast playing them. Humans are my favorite team in Blood Bowl. And I think they're really good. I think they, like, being a jack of all trades, I think is really strong. I haven't played them in the new rule set until this competition, so I could be wrong, but I suspect they still get weaker at higher TVs, especially seeing how some of these other teams that specialize in Bash or Edge seem to have gotten stronger at higher TVs than they used to be in the LRB6. So I think humans decidedly still get weaker at high TV. I think they're strongest at low TV, and I think that's helped by the fact that they have access to some really killer star players. Griff Oberwald is absolutely fantastic. I mean, like, a superb star player. Carla Von Kill's really good too. So I think they're cool. I think the downside is that you have to kind of know how to play every team in Blood Bowl, which I certainly do not. But you have to. Humans are like the Ryu of Blood Bowl, right? They're kind of right in the middle, and their strategy is always to counterplay their opponent. So they have just enough strength to, be the bashy team in an agility matchup, they have just enough agility to be the edge team in a bashy matchup. And so you have to kind of understand how all the other teams play so you can understand how to play against them. I like that sort of thing. I'm not particularly good at it, but I like that sort of thing a lot. I honestly think for that reason, they're probably one of, if not the best team to get started in Blood Bowl with. Now, if you're the type of person who gets sort of checks out when you get dejected, don't start with humans. pick dwarves or something. Oh, try to dodge onto the ball. But that was a big dodge attempt, and unfortunately the fragility got him. That player is out. And now 2-man player advantage for the Windbreakers. Yeah, they're a lot of fun if you like to sort of be reactive, I guess. And their players are great. The blitzers are great. The catchers are great. You got access to a thrower. You have an ogre, which is a nice big guy. You get strength 5 out of the gate. Put guard on him. He's pretty solid. Human linemen are perfectly adequate. Which I know sounds like a negative, but it's not. I don't mean it that way. Like they're linemen. Like they can do everything mediocre, which is really their strength. 2-die block on Marmot. Like I think in my last game, I had a lineman on the cage, I needed to get the ball out, and I handed the ball off to a lineman. The lineman scored. Right? It was an easy enough handoff, and yeah, humans have a lot of options. They don't excel at any one thing. The next mega trait, perfectly adequate. Ball currently on the ground here on the opposing the opposing 8-yard line. 3+ pickup works out. Now the Windbreakers have recovered this ball after the fireball made them lose it. It is in the hands of the blitzer, the one who denied it. And he is going to advance down the right wide zone to the 14-yard line. Rodentia on turn 6, out of resources. Wizard spent. All rerolls spent. 2 gutter runners off the pitch. One of the 3 remains. That 2-die block coming back. The gutter doesn't have the block skill, and the one who denied it has mighty blow and tackle. He's going to go in for the 2-die block. He gets the knockdown. Well done. Ooh. Ooh. Ball gets knocked to the ground. It's on the right sideline now. Now 2-die over in the left. I'm sorry, 1-die over in the left wide zone is a push on the thrower. Two turns left for the Windbreakers. You know what? I have to admit, this half has gotten by me. It's turn 7, and Rodentia so far stopping the score. If you are the defense and you stop the score, you have done your job. Bullsnort, the number 6 blocker, moves back to get into the play here. These blockers have a strength of 4. Windbreakers moving players down pitch to have them ready for turn 8. He's now marking the ball, also marking Beaver, the number 4 thrower. Boy, what is Rodentia going to do to stop this score and not have their gutter runner murdered? Here comes the blitz. 2-die blitz on that thrower. They're going to knock down here thanks to the block skill. Breaks armor. Got a stun. Now 3+ pickup, ball in the hands of the one who supplied it. The one who supplied it, just the same as the one who denied it, except does not have the tackle skill. And then rushes the ball backwards to space on the sideline to try to keep this ball a little safer. Two-die block on Hamster. Back at the line of scrimmage will be a push. Hamster has fend. Decides to use it. Windbreakers positioned air biscuit so that Hamster would continue to remain marked. And now a 2-die block on Marmot. This will be a knockdown. Looking for the 8+. Doesn't get it. Turn 7 for Rodentia. 2 turns to try to stop this score. Boy, what do you do? What do you do? There is just one defender between the ball carrier and the end zone, and it's a gutter runner. He'll shift him onto the side. He needs to get... Doesn't have... this way because he's on turn 8. All right, well, Sugar Glider will be blitzed, and it'll be one GFI or one rush to score. This will be a 3-die blitz with the block skill and Mighty Blow. That's enough. That'll do it. Doesn't break armor. One rush, and the Windbreakers get on the board. They have 2 rerolls. There it is. Well done by Doug the Minotaur. 1-0. The Windbreakers take the lead in this ball game. Thought he had one more turn. He does not. One of the gutter runners came back. That was the knockout gutter runner. So 2 gutter runners on the roster for Rodentia. 1 turn left in the half, unless there's a timeout. I don't think there's a 1-turn set up here. Maybe there is, but I don't think there is. Well, maybe there is. Oh, does he have something? I hope he does. This would be so hype if he has some sort of one turn set up here. We'll see. He has no rerolls left. Rat Ogres they do not have throw teammate. Here's the kickoff. The Windbreakers might kick like, wow, yeah, might kick in that corner. Looks like he did. And now, oh boy, it's going to be a touchback. So Rodentia, that's one die roll less that they have to make. Oh boy, he's got something up his sleeve. Let's go, let's go. Puts it in the hands of Sugar Glider. Sugar Glider on the line. Let's do it. How do you set up the push on you have to get 2 pushes on Sugar Glider. I'm not sure how that happens. Spire taking his time, trying to work out the riddle here. Okay. Blitz. Pal's probably okay here. Yeah. Yeah. That's one. Got an injury out of it too. Wow. Even if this doesn't work out, that's great. Oh, I see. I see. He doesn't want this pal because he wanted the block with Frenzy. He wanted the block with Frenzy. Then he'd come in and do this, this, this. That's what he wanted. I see. So what he was trying to do here is that Rat Ogre came in, would push here, then the Rat Ogre would take the second block, then he'd push here. And then it would have been 2 rushes. Props to Spire for setting that up. Taking a foul on the big guy. Got a KO out of it and did not get called off the pitch. Great removal here in this final turn. 2 KOs. We'll see if they stick. Rodentia's going to be on offense to start the second half. And, oh no, and he did stick. Wow. So great one-turn touchdown attempt. Didn't work out, but got 2 removals that stuck going into the second half. One of which is the big guy, the troll. So I think that puts us at 9v9 now on the pitch. Doug the Minotaur to set up their defense. 3 on the line. They're spread wide. Just 1 linebacker and 5 in the secondary. Now Rodentia to set up their offense. 9v9. 3 rerolls apiece. Rodentia currently with 6 of their 9 players on the line here, trying to block down all 4 of these blockers. They all have a strength of 4. Has two players with block on the line, but they're both in the center position here, which means he's not going to get blocked. He's not going to have a skilled block with one of these line blocks. Oh boy, we are down a turn. Just had a timeout on the kickoff. And that means we start this half on turn 10. Rodentia up on offense. The ball was kicked to the left sideline on Rodentia's 12-yard line. Covers the ball with a gutter runner. One of two remaining. This one's the injured one, Naked Mole Rat. And now going for the ball pickup right out of the gate. Wow. Goes for the ball pickup out of the gate. Passes the ball to Naked Mole Rat. It's going to put a point of SPP on the thrower. Did that before taking any blocks here. Now two-die block on the right side of the line. Gets a push against Bull Snort. Man, I was very impressed by that one-turn attempt. I was very impressed. Follow up by the Rat Ogre. Gets the pal here. Has Mighty Blow. 9+ to break armor. Doesn't get it. Remember that Rat Ogre always has to follow up due to the Frenzy skill. Gets the assist for the two-die on the center defensive tackle. Get a knockdown out of this. Oh no! Ah! Air Biscuit. R.I.P. Air Biscuit. Oh man. Your career was just too short. Murdered Air Biscuit, the center defensive tackle. Old gamer Mike, thank you for the bits. Exodite Troglodyte says, love to see the rats bash. I mean, it's cool. It certainly is cool. So that is now, if you can believe it, a one-man player advantage for this Skaven team. SP Beaver, thank you for the bits. Player advantage for the Skaven team. Boy, turn 10 now for the Windbreakers. Pulled back the rest of the Skaven players to create a pocket on the ball carrier. Doug the Minotaur currently in the lead, 1-0. I wonder if Rodentia is going to play for the win or play for the draw. They get some more hits like that, they're going to play for the win for sure. Two-die blitz, Mighty Blow gets the knockdown. 7+ breaks armor. Oh no, 7+ wouldn't have broken armor due to wrestle. I think with this setup here, I'm not sure what I would have done. Either I'd place my players like that, or maybe I'd place my players like this. I don't know. I don't know if I want my players, maybe, I don't know if I like having all my players marked, you know? .14 seconds left on the clock for the Windbreakers. They are applying heavy pressure to this Skaven team. Turn 11 now. Rodentia with the ball on the 10, their own 10-yard line, in the hands of an injured gutter runner going for a handoff. Hands off to Sugar Glider, the rookie gutter runner. Yeah, Exodate Troglodyte says player advantage could evaporate after a score if the KOs come back. That's why, like, if he gets like two, I don't know, 2 more, 3 more, maybe you go for it. And then you just play the odds on the KOs. Two-die block on Bull Snort with a Mighty Blow. Rat Ogre doesn't break armor. Rodentia currently giving up 4 blocks to the Windbreakers. Down to 3 now. Repositions to get the 2-die on Turtle Burp. Oh, it's just a 1-die. 3-4, yeah, because he's marked. Spent a reroll, just a 1-die. Has he could shoot through here. Five minutes, 52 seconds on the bonus clock for Rodentia. Yeah, that's exactly what he did. Oh, boy, did he. So he shot all the way through that hole, rushed, and now he's on the sideline with Sugar Glider. Turn 11 for the Windbreakers. If the Windbreakers can find a way to force this score, I think they might be okay with this, because this will give them some opportunity not only to get the KOs back, but to try to win this game 2-1. Two-die block on Gerbil. Gets a knockdown here. 8+ breaks armor. Doesn't get the armor break. I feel like I say armor like I'm Canadian. Armor. 2 rushes to mark Sugar Glider by the number 8 blitzer, the one who smelted. Sugar Glider now has 2 dodges to get off this sideline. Two-die block on Muskrat back at the line of scrimmage. Gets a pal here. No armor break. And now with 40 seconds left on the clock, moves into Mark Marmot, taking all these marks. Again, this is what this Bashy team wants to do. Take the marks to get the blocks. Two-die block on Hamster is a push. Uses Fen so that the one who dealt it cannot follow up. Turn 12 now for Rodentia. They just go for it. There's the score. One to one the score now. Went for a little early now, and now the troll has back onto the pitch. So it'll once again be 9v9 on the pitch. Rodentia giving the White Skull Windbreakers 5 turns to win this game. Let's see if they can stop them. Exodite Troglodyte says Rats could use another wizard, even a mid one. Even if it's Harry Potter. Rat Ogre on the line. 4 on the line here for Rodentia. Naturally, they have their 2 gutter runners in the safety position. 2 corners and just a single linebacker in the number 4 thrower. 9 players on the line for the Windbreakers. They're trying to win this game. They've got 5 turns to do it. All right, 2 ends on the line. Here's the kick. Deep kick by the White Skull Windbreakers. I'm sorry, by Rodentia. So with the officious ref, Muskrat's going to be knocked down and stunned because the ref's a big old meaty on the kickoff event. This is a pretty significant stun here in favor of the Windbreakers. Now they get a knockdown on the line against the Rat Ogre. 2-die block once more is going to be another knockdown. Gets a stun. This is a great stun. The Windbreakers are going to have this thrower who will be able to move about a quarter of the way up the pitch. 2 of the Skaven players out, and one of them is a blitzer, so that's a block skill that he's not getting. Another knockdown here. No armor break. 3-die block with the Troll, who's come back onto the pitch after the first drive. Only gets a push out of this. Blitz still available. Windbreakers taking a mark on Beaver the thrower. Two seconds left in the third quarter. Here's the blitz on Beaver. He'll get the knockdown. Breaks armor. Wow! And the player advantage has gone back to the Orc team. The White Skull Windbreakers with a 1-man player advantage. They injured the thrower. Good pickup by their own thrower, and has plenty of movement left with this thrower. He is almost certainly calculating movement for these Skaven players. Leaves the thrower where he is. Takes a mark with Bull Snort, and is going to pull back a halfback, the one who supplied it, to help out this thrower. Turn 13, 4th and final quarter begins. 1-1 the score. Rodentia scoring pretty early here, scored in 2 turns. There was a timeout, however. They're down to 2 re-rolls, and they're down to 8 players on the pitch. Stands up the Rat Ogre. Here's the blitz. Oh no. Can he get through it? He can get through it. Keeps the drive alive, but he's going to have to follow up and take another block. We'll get the knockdown this time. 9+ breaks armor, doesn't get it. Luckily, Praise Nuffle got through roll after double skulls on the first roll here. Rodentia down to 1 reroll. They keep the turn alive. This time, keeping this gutter runner in play, moving that safety back to space, takes a 1 die on Bull Snort and got a POW out of this. Turn 13 back to the Windbreakers. 4 turns to try to win. They've got a long way to go. Four injuries, 1 death in this game. The ball carrier advances now. The Windbreakers on their own 10-yard line, right in the middle of the pitch. Turtle Burp's going to pull back to assist the ball carrier. Oh no. Who's this poor schlub? Who's this guy? Those are human bones. Repositions the troll. The second player back now has a pocket in front of the ball. Duck call on the right side of the ball carrier. He gets a player on the right side as well. He knows that gutter runner is nearby. Going after number 6. He'll get the knock, which he did. Another gutter removed. There's 1. There's 2. And here's number 3. Doug the Minotaur hunting those gutter runners as he should. The only gutter runner left is the injured gutter runner, Naked Mole Rat. All the other gutter runners removed an AV of 8+. Naked Mole Rat has an AV of 7+. Two-die block by the Rat Ogre, gets a push. Two-die follow-up, another push on Rulag, the one who dealt it. Exodite Troglodyte says, very unsportsmanlike hitting a small rat like that. With claws and everything. Well, he doesn't have this claw skill. He just happens to have like a claw in his hand. What are those called in 40K? Storm claws? Claw fist? Muskrat, the number 1 blitzer, stands up and tries to get into this drives in front. Lightning claws. Yeah. Two-die block on the one who denied it, gets a POW. Naked Mole Rat moving toward the ball carrier now, to the left of the cage. Failed a 3+ dodge here. He has just one reroll left. He's gonna let it slide, and that's a stun. Big stun. A boon for the Windbreakers here on turn 14. Wide opening down mid-pitch for the Windbreakers. Three turns at 5 MA per turn on the thrower puts the ball here, which means 2 rushes to score. There's the first 5. The ball crosses the line of scrimmage, is on the opposing 2. Pants Vomit, the troll, repositions, takes a mark on Marmot. Marmot to the right of the ball carrier currently. Duck. Turtle Burp, the blocker with the block skill, fills in the back left corner. Gutter runner. Plus is all he needs with Mighty Blow. He's got it. Got a KO. Well done. No gutter runners remain on the pitch. Oh, wow. Spent the Apothecary. The Apothecary saved the gutter runner. The gutter runner is going to remain stunned, so he will have a gutter on the pitch here. But, I don't know, man. Like, with 3 turns left. Bupo says, hi, all just got in. Has Kevin Bacon been killed yet? Wrong team. Naked roll mat, naked roll mat? Naked Molar Rat. So spent the Oppo here to keep him on the pitch, but now he's stunned. And what that means is he's going to be out of turn. Then turn 16, he's only going to have 5 MA. And I don't know if that's enough to keep him in the action. So I don't know if I would have... I think I might have just let it rock because it was a KO, I think. And at least that means the gutter runner's safe. But turn 15 now for Rodentia. Blitz by the Rat Ogre. Push. 1 Die Frenzy follow-up. Gets a pal on Duck Call. Looking for a 9+. Even if you have to rush on the follow-up, you have to roll the rush. You have to follow up, and that means you have to roll the rush die as well. Spire doing everything in his power to stop the score here. You saw just how easy it was to score with the Skaven team. He did it with ease. Almost had a 1-turn touchdown in the first half of this game. Is now trying to prevent the Windbreakers from winning. They have 2 turns they have to defend with. They take an uphill block on Turtle Burp. And Doug the Minotaur is choosing whether this is going to be a push or a both standing result. Rodentia chooses to follow up. They have a mark on the ball carrier. Turn 15 now for the Windbreakers. Gotta end here, right? So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5. They've got to move the full 5. Boot Polish, thank you so much for the bits. Cheering for this Orc team to try to pull it out. They cannot afford any lateral movement. Marked by the Rat Ogre on the right side. Definitely doesn't want to move this way, which means he might be jumping over Duck Call. Duck Call's going to stand up and said, stand up blitz, gets a pow. No jumping today. Probably stays put here. Decides to follow up. Oh, another great stun. That Rat Ogre stunned and is effectively out for the rest of the game. I thought Duck Call was going to move forward here. Boot Polish says, I don't know why I'm on Doug's side. He beat me with kicks. The Windbreakers on the bonus clock, 3 minutes 44 seconds. Now has a second player in the one who smelted. 2 players can score now. And there's the third, and he rushes for good measure. 3. Five players now in scoring position. Rodentia has too much to cover here. They're going to have to pray to Nuffle on turn 16. Position their players, mark as many as they can, hope for the best. They're going to have to go after the thrower as well. Just too much to defend against. A dodge out to here to mark the one who denied it. A stand-up mark on the one who dealt it. Uphill, uphill block. Uphill blitz after the 50-50 dodge is only going to be a push. And he has to follow up because otherwise... Yeah, there's... Oh, boy. Okay. This is so scary. This is so scary. Another 2-die uphill on Bull Snort. If it's both down, that's a turnover. Doug's deciding. Yeah, takes the both down. Yeah. So now turn 16, back to the Windbreakers. All they have to do is blitz away number 8. And I think they might want to come around this way to take it. So he can come around this way to take the blitz, or you can take it with the ball carrier, that's fine. Gets a push. Oh. Re-rolls this. Got the both down result. I thought he was going to double GFI with the ball carrier. So took it on the left side. Could have come around this side and then the push would have been enough. But now... he's got a one rush into the end zone. Well done by Doug the Minotaur to win this game 2-1. Boy, oh boy. And with that win, the White Skull Windbreakers back on top of Division B. 4-1-0 is their record. Congratulations once again to Doug the Minotaur. Very, very hotly contested. Look at the differences here. Doug the Minotaur, 13 points. Eric, 10 points. Venger, 7 points. Richard Cranium, 7 points. BB Nut, 5 points. All of these coaches are in real contention. Even the teams on the lower half of the division here of the standings are still in there. They still have a real shot. This is a very close race here in Division B. There's 4 more weeks for these coaches to play. So they cannot, the teams at the top of the division cannot rest on their laurels. Oh, we have a schedule, don't we? We have a schedule. Let's take a look at that schedule before we leave. Final game of Week 5 coming up tomorrow, Friday, May 3rd at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's UTC -4. That's going to be the Bonebreakers versus Mr. Yuck. Galshi 1 versus Venger. Black Orcs versus Nurgle. That is sure to be a fun one. I'm very excited to watch that one. And after that, Week 6 will begin, and coaches will begin scheduling those games. When those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to the schedules on our website at maml.club. That's maml.club here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl, man. This game's so much fun. This game's so much fun. Why is this on the screen? You can play like vermin versus orcs. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and a tabletop forum at your friendly local game store. Until tomorrow night, May 3rd at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening.